everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do another illustration. I actually had a really hard time deciding what to do this week. I was kind of going back and forth between monsters or ice fishing. I know I usually take motivation from what's going on around me, and right now my son had some homework packets that we had to do from school, and he did a monster coloring page. I'll actually post it right here so you can see it real quick. Well, while he was working on that, I decided to sketch my own version of that monster. And then I actually started with this one. I didn't really care for the colors. Switched him to green, gave him a wife, gave him a baby, and just kind of started this little monster family. And I originally was just going to paint him doing something random, but then my oldest son has been ice fishing a lot this week, and my husband is really starting to get excited about fishing season coming, and we're planning our fishing trip coming up. And so then I started fishing sketches, and so then I decided that I was going to just do a pretty ice fishing scene. I did some practices, which I'll show you guys here in a second. But then I ended up deciding, you know what, I'm going to do a monster ice fishing. That's what we're going to do. So that's what I've been working on this week. And that's what motivated what we're doing today. This was my practice sheet. And so usually what I do is I'll sketch it out, kind of like see what I want to do for colors and things like that. So this looks really messy. But I originally wanted to do just like a pretty kind of wintry ice fishing scene. It's actually going to warm up this week, and after today I probably won't have anything. Hopefully I won't have anything winter that I could paint. But usually when I do illustrations, and I do, like, when I did Ruby last week. So like when I did Ruby last week, I like my illustrations to be very crisp and clean. I am a perfectionist like that. So whenever I do things that are very just like wet on wet and wishy-washy, I have a very hard time controlling things. And I have to really be in the right mood to do those kind of pieces. I wish I could do them more than I do. But anyway, so I ended up deciding that I'm not going to struggle with this anymore, and I'm going to just do a illustration of the monster ice fishing. This is kind of what I'm going for. These are the colors that I'm going to use for the scene. I had a hard time deciding what I wanted to do for the color of the monster. I initially had him in green in that sketchbook, but then it was too much green. I painted over him with purple, and then I ended up thinking he looked too much like Barney by the time I got his scarf on, and then I didn't like this situation. It looked too John Deere for me. And then I tried purple and yellow, and then I was like, no, that's like the Minnesota Vikings. I do this where I match colors. I associate color combinations with things, and so if I have them together on something, well, that looks like a Vikings monster, or that looks like a John Deere monster. That's where my brain goes. So I ended up deciding to do this here, where I'm just going to do, instead of purple, I'm going to do violet, which is less Barney, and then the green dots, and then red orange for his hat and scarf. I want him to stand out, the trees in the background, but I want him to stand out with his fish that he caught. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to start with my sketch. And I had someone tell me, my son actually, tell me that on the last video, that when I was doing my first sketch, it was hard to see what I was doing. What I do is I do a very light sketch with pencil first. And then once I'm happy with everything where it's at, I will do another sketch on top of it where I press harder. And then once I erase everything, then that way I can just see my very fine lines. So if you can't see that first sketch, I apologize. Let me know if you can't. I may start just skipping over that part and leaving that off camera, but I know a lot of people like to watch the sketch process, so you'll just have to let me know how that's going. So anyways, I'm going to get started on this. We are going to paint a monster ice fishing. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I hate saying that. I need a different intro. What's a new intro that I can use, Stella? Okay, she's just yawning. She does not care. The colors that I'm going to use. My gosh. Okay. This camera situation is frustrating me. I'll look up and it's just moving and I have no idea why because I'm not even bumping it. These trees are taking forever. Forever. Name that movie.